Today we're back looking at more entitled people who think the world revolves around them. Before we get in, I do want to say I recently popped a spot up here and for some reason it started to bleed, so if you see blood, please ignore that.
Well, to be fair, all men are dickheads.
Yeah.
Can I just say that? Because I actually don't know anyone that's that nice who's a man.
If you had an attitude like this against an entire demographic, it says a lot more about how you behave than it does about the ones that you interact with. There's a wonderful phrase which is you reap what you sow. If you act like a dickhead, people will treat you like a dickhead. If you act like a nice person, people will treat you like a nice person. But yeah, I'm sure it's every bloke you've ever met that's the problem and not you.
Okay, so whenever I seen that TikTok, I didn't know about putting it in this video because people either disagree with that or agree with it. Me personally, I'm kinda iffy, I'm in the middle. You could be the nicest person ever and people still treat you bad. If you act like a nice person, people treat you like a nice person. It's the most false statement I've ever heard. Yeah, so I'm gonna agree with this person. Oh, it really does depend on the type of person you meet. You could be so lovely and people still be horrible to you. And I think that one was also speaking off her own experiences. I also don't believe she actually believes in what she said. Men will be like, oh, girls only want a man with money, and then girls will be like, oh yeah, all boys are dickheads. I personally don't believe they actually mean it. Well, I believe the problem is the men she's met and not her, to be honest. I mean, I agree with you, like, should she have said it? Probably not. Like, oh, it's not good to generalize all men. But then I also understand where both people are coming from.
You're right.
You know it's illegal to film in gyms now.
It's not illegal.
Yeah, it is.
That's not.
If you have people in the background, you need to accept.
That's fine. I won't post it though.
Huh?
I don't post it. And if anything, you coming up to me, I appreciate that much more. Because then I can just delete the footage.
What the f? Did you see that?
Me, I appreciate that much more.
The blurring of the face. Honestly though, I respect that. I'm sure someone's gonna say, oh, it's a public space, he didn't need to do that, you do not have the right to privacy. You're right, he didn't need to do it. But he did. It's called being considerate. Not everyone inside the gym wants to be filmed even if they're just in the background. Also, did you hear what he said here?
Because then I can just delete the footage.
See, I don't understand how some people don't know how to do this. Instead, they would whine and complain that someone ruined their video. And then post it on TikTok and then get canceled. It's literally not that hard. And if you genuinely want to know how, let me know and I'm gonna make a video on it.
I always see gym videos like that and I don't really know whose side to be on. Of course, if you're in the gym and you're being filmed and you don't want to be on camera, I can understand why that's annoying. But then if somebody's filming and like they blur your face out, I also don't have an issue with that. It's kind of like one of them situations where it's like no one's in the wrong. So the dude said he would delete the footage and then posted it and said, yeah, not cool. I mean, to be fair, he probably only posted it because she was having a go at him and you know that would get him views. I personally don't really go to gyms. I only really go for walks and stuff. I don't really know how it feels to be in the gym, but I can understand if you don't want to be filmed. But then on the flip side, I can understand if you want to film yourself, but you just have to like blur people out. It was 1997 and I was outside McDonald's in Queen Street, age 15. An old lady barked speak English at a pair of young Korean men. Without missing a beat, one of them goes, oh, I want a nice cup of tea. Look at me, I'm English. I want to eat plain toast. I miss him every single day. I bet you that old racist woman went home and probably thought about that for the rest of her life. Where are them Korean men? I want to meet them immediately. I am so tired of men invading my space. I've asked him 3 times to stay in his lane. We haven't even departed yet. Oh my god, that right there's a nightmare to me. Like, nah, I'm so sorry. Oh, there was actually a video I seen a while ago where someone was sat in the middle seat. And you know how planes there's like free seats, aisle, free seat? Basically, someone was furthest from the aisle and they were like resting in the person's armrest. The good old rule is that the person in the middle gets the armrest, isn't it? The man who basically stole his armrest was asleep in it, so he decided to shove him off and the man woke up and completely stared at him. I don't even know why I mentioned it in this video. I think it's just funny. But see that right there, if you do that, you're an evil person. I think the spookiest thing that happened last night at Horror Nights was when Terry Crews rudely said, oh, no one asked for a picture. No, the scariest thing I saw was you rudely pushing through my kids like a zombie to ask for one. A lot of times people forget the celebrities are actual people. Let Terry Crews have a good old time with his family. If you were nice and polite and you know were really nice to him, he probably would take a photo if you no bother. However, it's the fact that you were pushing through his kids like a zombie. Could you imagine being a father and seeing someone literally pull your kids to pieces to try to get to you? Of course you're not gonna get a photo.
There's a warning. Ma'am, don't steal the sign. You can't steal the sign. You're on camera stealing a sign. Sam!
She's gonna get herself in trouble. Oh, this is why you never ever steal stuff or hit people, because you'll just get yourself in trouble. Don't act in the emotions.
Ma'am, you're about to walk right into a police officer who you're committing theft right now.
She doesn't understand it, silly girl.
Don't throw it over.
I bet you the person behind the camera's a bigot as well.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Steal her sign?
I just moved it.
You just did what?
I just moved it.
You just moved it. Well, you took it. Okay. Who was holding it?
Me. She just ripped it out. It's not on camera. She just ripped it out of my hands.
She just ripped it out of your hand?
Yes.
Why'd you rip it out of his hand?
Because...
It probably says something bad.
Your 6-woman's right?
He's
Would you get her off her sign, please?
on college campus.
Okay.
Where I go.
Okay, so I'm actually in the girl's side, however, she shouldn't have done that.
Okay.
I can't believe y'all protect them.
You're not going anywhere. Right now you're being detained. Okay?
Detained for what?
Larceny? You stole his sign.
He has it back.
Okay, yeah, because I got it from you.
I moved it 50 yards.
I don't care if you moved it 1 foot. You don't have a right to take someone's property, okay? Period. I don't care what the circumstance is. You don't have a right to take anyone's property. He was holding it, therefore it was his, and you took it, okay? I know you may not agree with what's being said, but you don't have a right to take someone's property, period, okay? 16 minutes in.
Look, sir, I'm not trying to get arrested. I just don't agree with this. Do you have ID on you?
I'm gonna assume that the sign the guy was holding was not something good, probably something to do with anti-abortion, etc. Me personally, I'm on the side of the girl. I can understand not liking it, but you don't steal it. There's been times where I've seen stuff about anti-LGBT stuff and I've literally want to rip it out of their hands. However, you don't do that. I understand why she done it, but yet again, you don't do that. Officer, I wasn't robbing the bank, I was just moving the money. I mean, yeah, sweetheart, just don't nick stuff. This police officer handled it very well. Exactly, she's very lucky she got a police officer like that. Some other ones would just tackle you and arrest you immediately. I've got a feeling that the police officer understood why she done it. However, he can't really agree with her. Yet again, it's one of them situations where like I kind of support her, but then I don't, because you don't do that. But then I also feel like the man behind the camera was going there to purposely wind people up.
You don't see this a lot, an angry confrontation between, of all people, a doctor and his patient.
Go to the ER and wait for 9 hours.
Okay, you can get out of her.
Out of my office.
I will
now.
Jessica Stipe was suffering from a severe case of the flu and waited 1 hour and 15 minutes as her symptoms grew worse.
I made an appointment at 6:30 because I knew that
It's
being out of my bed
7:45
an hour and 45 minutes.
We've
and I
already
have
been
not
working on you. We've done a urine test on you. I've seen you.
You came in and said, I'm going to check your pee.
Does that take 3 seconds, you think?
I don't know how long.
Do you want to be seen or not?
I want to go home and get in my bed. I'm
Then fine,
miserable.
get the hell out. Get your money and get the hell out.
I did.
I think I'm with this doctor.
I'm livid. I'm livid. And it's not even, you know, it's the way he spoke to us that was completely unethical and uncalled for.
Jessica's 16-year-old daughter, Courtney, recorded the drama at an after-hours medical clinic in Gainesville, Florida.
You can get out of her.
Out of my office.
I will
now.
file a complaint with a Better Business.
Mom, I got it on video, so it doesn't matter.
Go.
What's your daughter? What's your name?
Oh, don't do
The
that,
doctor
don't do
grabs the
that.
phone right out of the daughter's hand.
Give me my phone.
I told him my daughter's a minor and I'm calling the police. I did dial 911 at that time, and he stopped my daughter's recording and threw her phone back down the hallway and cracked her screen.
We do have these witness statements that I know you know about from people who were also there in the doctor's office. They're saying that you were using profanity, not speaking nice to the doctors, threatening the staff.
None of that is true. Like I said, the video is the only real altercation that ever transpired.
Dr. Peter Gallagly says the patient was belligerent and abusive to the office staff. Still, he apologized, saying in a statement, "I regret losing my temper and speaking to the two women in a manner that is not befitting a medical doctor." We showed the video to ER doctor Jake Deutsch.
I think that goes beyond what is considered acceptable in all standards. Certainly losing your temper is one thing, but using profanity and then having an altercation by hitting the phone just shows a total lack of control.
Then fine, get the hell out. Get your money and get the hell out.
Yeah, again, I'm gonna have to support the doctor like I supported the girl. I do have a feeling there's more context to that video. No one acts like that, like no one reacts like that unless they've been poked multiple times. I've got a feeling that woman and the child were probably trying to get on his nerves and then he finally snapped and they caught it on camera. Yet again, I support him, but he should not have reacted like that. Like, don't snatch phones because you're gonna get yourself in trouble. An hour and 15 minutes I've waited longer for something way more serious. I bet you she wasn't even that ill. Like, she had a bit of a flu. Just go home and drink some water. Good for the doctor. Yeah, so most of the comments are actually supporting the doctor, which I support him as well. Should have reacted like that? No. However, do I understand why I reacted like that? Yeah. Morally, he's in the right, but physically, he's not. A guy puts a phone right in my face and says, "Selfie, selfie." I said, "At least say please," then says, "You want me to call you sir also?" Seriously, come on, man. I have no issue at all having photos with people, but at least say please, especially if I'm with my family. Yet again, you need to treat celebrities and athletes like they're normal people. I see videos all the time with people with celebrities, and sometimes they're just so rude. That's something that people forget. You know, even YouTubers are normal people. You have to be nice to them because they can just say no. Like, if someone's having a meal, don't go up and ask for a photo. That's weird. Don't follow someone for 6 hours as well. I seen a video recently. I can't remember what celebrity, but people turned up to their hotel and like were following them around for hours. It's weird. You don't do that. Giving you what you need today. Hello, it's hashtag Ash Wednesday. Thousands of Catholics fast and certainly don't eat ice cream or appreciate your ice cream ad in this particular day. Didn't realize creators is anti-Catholic, but I'll remember next time I'm buying ice cream. Look at Patricia, she's in a proper role. By the looks of it, Patricia got out the wrong side of bed today. I bet you she's really furious because she went to buy a certain type of ice cream and accidentally bought like the wrong type. Like, look at her, she went in a proper role. An action being punishable by a fine basically means illegal for the rich. Oh my god, I've never thought about it that way before. Oh wow, that's ... Yeah, I know. I once said to the rich guy, and if I said, hey, it's illegal to drink in the street, he'd respond with, nah, it just costs £150, or you can't park here. Yeah, I can, it costs £35, like literally ... That's how you saw fines, it was just how much you pay doing the thing. That is completely out of my mind, I've never looked at it in that way before. Basically, if you've got money, you can do whatever you want.
A bunch of Karens were upset that a lesbian couple were kissing at the Kimpton Sawyer Hotel pool here in Sacramento.
How is that? That's shame.
Oh!
They claimed it was because there were kids around if they cursed and yelled insults.
Do you have any children? Good, because you'd be a terrible dad. You'd be a terrible dad.
What is wrong with you?
Do the homework, lady. Do the homework. My God. You are. Been more embarrassed in my life than you are. I am a Jewish woman. No, I can't. Shame.
Kids here still. Still have kids here. You're suburban.
I live in Oakland. You
They were eventually shamed from the
I love how they're basically saying that they shouldn't be doing it because kids are around, yet they're sat there swearing and pulling the middle finger. Talk about being entitled. The guy yelling shame and never changing the tone killed me. I know he sounded like a proper foghorn. Whoever saying shame in the background, I love them. I know. You literally shame them away. Yet again, if a lesbian couple want to give each other a peck and kiss, there's no issue with that. Would they be complaining if a straight couple was doing it? I'm gonna assume no. And yet again, how are they gonna talk about it's disgusting to do it in front of kids when they're literally sat there swearing? They really were a bunch of Karens, weren't they? But why did their friend in the black dress and pink purse run off so fast? At least 3 of them were smart enough to not be caught in 4K being a-hole. Exactly, they were trying to hide because they knew their friends were in the wrong. It's kind of like whenever someone makes a fake account just to troll someone, they do it because they know it's wrong. They wouldn't do it in their real account, hence why they go and make a fake one to bully people. I love how they bring up thinking of children as they continue to curse in front of them. Exactly, it's like how you gonna talk about the children and curse in front of children. It doesn't make any sense.
Hey, I just recorded you pouring boiling water over my paint job.
No, it wasn't boiling water.
Hot water that's still steaming.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
And dog poo.
Okay, why did you park in front of my house when there's a sign here saying please don't?
Darling.
And the street is empty. Why would you park here?
The street
Because
is
it's
empty.
a free
Why would
spot.
you park here? Why would you park here? You've been here for over 3 hours because I've taken a photo of what time you got here and what
She's been stalking
time
them.
I've done this. Okay, I'm already going to court because there's probably a friend of yours that was parked here last time.
Which she's going to court.
So how did you happen to be there with your
I'm
camera?
sorry. So I just walked. I was walking down the street.
Camera,
I just walked down the
when I was doing that.
Okay, I'm gonna call the police.
Okay, go right ahead.
Because that's so actually.
Well, you're gonna get arrested if she calls the police. That is full-on dog poo. That's disgusting. Why has she got so much dog poo? What's up with her dogs? I'm so sorry, I've never seen a dog poo that much. She must have multiple dogs or they're constantly pooing and got diarrhea. The lady is being charged with she'll post an update on her page. Okay, so I do actually have to update. However, it's nice to know that the lady's getting charged. Why would you literally pour boiling water in someone's car along with poo? That's basically a free ticket to jail. When homeowners think they own the public street too. Exactly, it's like it was literally an empty street. Why do you care? Now, if she parked in your driveway, that's slightly different. That's inappropriate. I can understand why you're annoyed. However, that doesn't mean you can squish dog pee all over her car. Due to a shortage of robots, some of our staff are human and therefore react unpredictably when abused or under pressure. Do I know something? Every single restaurant in the world should have this. I'm sick and tired of seeing entitled people and Karens online abusing people who work in cafes, shops, etc. Like, they just don't deserve it. What piece of pop culture has ruined your first name? My name is Karen, you really have to ask ... to see the manager. Look at Karen's username, Karma's fed up B-word. Oh god, yeah, by looks of it, you're gonna be getting reported by the Karen woman. Also, talking about Karens, I'm literally about to film a Karen video after this video. Well, anyways, guys, that's some awfully entitled people. This video was very painful. If it was going to be looking more entitled people, let me know definitely will. Press the bell, subscribe, and see you all tomorrow for another video.